got some tie downs down there. What are those going to be for? I don't know. It's about a 30-mile drive from Louisville, where we're going. We're out in the country. There's mountains over there, believe it or not. Okay, a little hard to spot. But that's the KTM dealer and Husky. Woohoo! That's Roger. He's the owner. Okay. Come on, Deacon. Yeah, I got to do that too. What a crummy day. Ooh, what's this? Come on, Deacon. What is this? This is a new 6-day. How cool is that?
I go to the restroom real quick. I got some stuff ready for you.
Check this out. We got orange sprockets. We got orange frame. We got an orange silencer. Orange triple clamps. Ooh, ooh. Do I need one of them pressure release valves?
What? Oh, for the forks?
Yeah.
You might want to.
Okay.
How much do you weigh?
205 pounds this morning, but by the time you put my gear on, what do you think, 220?
Could be. Okay, I'm going to set the shock up a little bit for you. Let me go get my tools.
Okay. So, can you pull that forward a little bit? I want to video it. So is that a real? Okay, so that's got a radiator guard on it, right?
Yeah, the 6 days come with some extras. So you get the graphics, you get the radiator guards, a disc guard, pipe guard, skid plate, orange triple clamps, 4 CS forks, stealth sprocket, and you get a slave cylinder guard here. Fancy one of those.
Okay. And is that the new plastic skid plate?
It's the one they've had for years, but yeah.
Oh, so I guess I was buying one.
Oh, you're getting one?
Yeah.
Some of that stuff Roger said you were going to install yourself. I'll
okay.
See what's set aside.
So you did this when I did my 500, the same thing. So this is set up for how big a rider?
About 180 is the way it is right now.
Okay.
About 180 pound.
I hope to be there someday.
Do you want me just to leave it where it is?
No.
Okay.
So I guess if you're carrying backpacks and stuff like that, all right, you're adding weight.
He had a carbon fiber one set aside for you.
Okay.
Not a plastic one.
Yeah, because I thought that'd look better with the carbon fiber exhaust pipe. So you're basically compressing this spring more. And I suspect you're going around twice then, or?
I think we'll do twice.
Okay.
It starts getting pretty tight after that.
I've been watching all the videos of Senior Woody. You know, not only with what's your Albany, but down south around Rico, called Castle Rock, or Pagosa Springs, and some gnarly single track trail.
Yeah.
Going over a ridge. It escapes me right now. Anyway. There's dirt on this. Did somebody go out and ride it?
No.
No.
There's dirt.
Well,
It's updated to test ride it.
yeah, coming back from up in the mountains.
Oh, did he carry it on the back of a pickup truck?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, and you got the Scott's stabilizer bracket on there. Cool.
Yep.
And risers. And they're moved forward.
I'll throw a leg over and let's just see where we're at.
Okay, here. Hold that for me. It's recording right now.
Push forward just a little bit.
He wants to jump on.
What?
Right away, you get on the bike and he comes running over.
Yeah, that's just fine. That's good.
What do you think? You like new motorcycles? Yes, you do. Yeah. Okay, okay. Let's go. Got it in the action. So this is a two. Boy, that really lifted me up as soon as I got off there. Does this have coolant in it? As far as, is there any antifreeze in the coolant?
Oh yeah.
So I don't have to worry about it freezing on the way home?
That's correct. You do not.
Okay. And does this, it's like my 500, there's no high or low beam, they're just on?
Right. They're just on. Yeah, I think it's on low beam. There's two elements in there, but only one works. So.
Oh, so if I wanted a high beam, I could?
Yeah, you'd have to do a little creative wiring, but yeah, you could.
All right, and it's got a horn? Kill switch? It's interesting, your horn says kill. Now where are the, on the other, on my 500. I had to rotate these down because every time Deacon would get on, he'd start killing us.
Killing it and honking the horn.
Yeah. And, oh, could I get, would you mind, I guess I need another one of these.
Okay,
But I need it for, I need the right one because I like it underneath.
Okay,
And I don't know if I need both, but it's,
okay.
what do you think? Do you normally use two mirrors or?
No, I don't use a mirror at all, so.
Okay.
But yeah, we have, I think we still have some right-hand ones. We hardly ever sell any right-hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like it underneath because then I can look through my,
Yeah, yeah, I've had a couple guys say that thing, see better if it's underneath.
yeah. Gee, what does this all say in, is that in German? Les boy, that look almost French.
That's French, I think, yeah.
Okay. So what do you need to teach me about this, maintenance wise, gas?
The suspension's just the same as what you've got. Except
We
on-
need those little plunger things.
Leaders?
Yeah, bleeder.
Except on the forks, you've got rebound on one side, compression on the other. And turn it in to slow it down, back it out to speed it up.
How do I know how to do that? I mean, one guy said, when you're hitting rocks, and you hear this clunk, you know, it's really hard on you, you want to soften it up a little bit, so then it'll be more of a gentle rolling over it, or?
Well, it just depends if that clunk comes from it bottoming out, then you would need to stiffen it up.
I think
If the clunk comes from it being too rigid, then you need to back it off, yeah.
Okay. That's what he was kind of thinking. It could make the ride smoother.
Yep.
Um,
Yep, well, let me just go through this
Okay.
then. All right, on the back, you've got compression dampening up here. The brass screw is low-speed compression dampening, so that's how it reacts on big jumps, big hits. If it feels like it's too soft in that situation, you'd want to tighten that down. If it feels like it's stiffer than it needs to be, then back it off.
so clockwise makes it stiff?
Clockwise makes it stiff.
Okay.
Yep. All of these work like a needle valve. So as you turn it in, it's restricting the flow. As you back it out, it's increasing the flow.
All right.
Okay, the nut is your high-speed compression dampening. That silver nut right there.
Okay.
So, and that's how it reacts on the little bitty stuff. So if it's harsh on the little bitty stuff, you'd back that off. If it seems like it's vague on the little bitty stuff, you'd tighten it down. And then down at the bottom, you've got your rebound dampening, so that controls how quickly it re-extends after it compresses. If it seems real pogo-y in the back, like an old car with bad shocks,
Okay.
you'd turn that in. If it seems like it packs down, it goes down and comes out real slow, then you'd back that off. All of these, everything is set to the factory recommended standard settings right now.
All right.
If you want it softer, you might look in your book and they'll have comfort settings. Maybe set it closer to the comfort settings if it seems kind of rigid to you. If it seems like it's too soft, go in there and they have, is it sports settings? Sports settings. And that'll make everything stiffer. And that way you don't get, too out of balance.
Well, if it's too soft and you're trying to get over a log or a rock, would you be losing energy because the suspension is sucking up some of the power?
Yeah,
Just like on a mountain bike.
it almost can't be too soft going over logs and rocks.
Okay.
It's when you get going faster is where you're going to notice it's too
Well,
soft.
Okay. Since I never go fast, that shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, the tires right now have about 13 pounds of air in them. We've gone through and torqued all the spokes.
How do I make sure I don't get a flat? What's the right?
Leave it in the garage.
Okay. So what's the right pressure though if I wanted to really make sure I don't get pinched flats?
I ride with about 5 to 8 pounds, but I only weigh 150 pounds. So it kind of depends on your weight.
Wow.
And kind of on the way you ride. We've reasonably settled on 13, 14 pounds, as that seems to be where most people end up. That gives you a little bit of cushion, because some of your suspension is actually in your tires. So if you have your tires really pumped up hard, your suspension's going to feel harsh.
Okay.
So, but that 13, 14 seems to be a good compromise for everybody. We found that the two bolts most apt to come loose is the kickstarter and the shifter, and so we've re-Loctited those and retorqued them.
Hey, I just want to give you a heads up. I went ahead and stepped back.
Change your oil is the drain is right here.
That's it.
Yep. So just drop your
Just a
oil.
gearbox.
It's just the gearbox, and I do it about every 200 miles on a two-stroke. Just it's easy to do and it's cheap insurance.
So what type of oil do they use?
It's they call it a gear oil or a gear lube.
Okay.
And it's they call it a gear 80, but it's actually about the viscosity of 20 weight, something
Okay.
like that.
So how much does it?
Absolutely, sounds good.
What's the capacity of it?
Yeah.
It's 800 cc's. Well, just
A
slightly
little bit less than a liter.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there is a level plug here, but I would this level plug is real easy to strip out, so I recommend you don't use it. Just
Okay.
if you're changing your oil that much.
Just drain it out, put it in 800 cc's.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. All right, and then we went over the front, and then this, again, doesn't have a coolant recovery system. So when you look in here, it needs to look almost empty. If it's sitting perfectly straight upright,
Yeah?
don't try and fill this tank up.
Oh, I wonder if I've done is my 500 the same way?
It is. So look in here, Mike. It's kind of hard to see today, but there's louvers down in the bottom, or just little slots down in the bottom.
Yeah, so you want to bring it to the top of the The louver?
Exactly. So that
Right.
it'll only look like there's a millimeter or so of fluid in it.
Okay, let me turn my flashlight. Here we go.
See those
Yeah.
little slots down there?
Yeah.
Just at the base of those.
All
That's
right.
all it needs to have.
Okay, and it's pink. Is that like a water wetter or something in there? Or?
It's something that's available to them in Austria. I have no idea
All
what
right.
it is. Because it's not always pink. Sometimes it's blue. Sometimes it looks clear, but it's. Then you
Okay.
test it for antifreeze, and still tests good.
I don't plan on riding this in the
In the cold.
cold.
All right.
Um,
Same thing on the front. We've torqued all the spokes. You've got about 14 pounds of air in the tire.
Now these are Dunlop.
The 81 series, I believe.
Yeah, the same that comes on the 500.
Yeah,
And they're not at this level. They're not DOT.
that's right.
But the next time we change them, they will be. And when I go on that, would you suggest then going to these trials type?
It just depends on the person. We have a lot of guys that like those trials tires.
Mhm.
You don't, and then, a real trials tire like this, feel how soft this tire is. That's an expensive tire. That's going to be a $140 tire.
Any problem chunking them?
Yeah, if you get out on the pavement with it, it's going to, the middle knobs
Okay.
are all going to
Dunlops are the same way,
Yeah,
because they're
for
designed
trucks.
be for trials.
If you want to use a trials tire, the Pirelli seems to be the best as far as a good compromise between wear and traction.
So Chris Moore is a little upset at me because he really wanted a 300, but I talked him into 350 because of going to Moab and doing things like that on the highway. But so I think what he needs to do is save his pennies and get this Freeride.
There you go.
You know, that'll be the single track thing.
Yep, that would be a good.
I did tell him, by the way, that okay, I feel really bad if the 350 is worth more than the 300 at retail. So if you go trade it in on the 350 on a 300, I'll pay the difference. So Roger will give you, just so we keep our friendship. What do you think? How much difference would that be? You got any 2015 300s in stock?
Never
Never.
happened.
All right.
Never happened. Never have a leftover 300.
So tell me gasoline,
Gas,
premix.
you want to use good pump gas, 91 octane.
Is this? How do I know what's on and off?
Okay. If you look,
So
it's just like, yours is
says right
fuel
there,
injected. So when it's lined up with the off, that's off. When you can read reserve, see reserve there? That's reserve. And then when you can read on, that's the normal tank.
Okay.
And so the normal tank, when it hits reserve, this has got a long tube on it. When it gets down to that reserve level, you can usually go another 10, 15 miles, something like that.
All right. Total range on this is about, if you're not blipping it all the time?
Yeah, I mean, if typical trail riding, probably 70 miles.
Okay.
I've had guys go 100. I've had guys make 35. Just fuel mileage is inversely proportional to how much fun you're having. So.
Yes, okay. So, do I need to choke it? I see a choke button?
Yes, you do. When it's cold, you'll need to choke it. And it's just pop that up.
Okay. All right. And you talked to me about jetting.
Yep, we've jetted it. In the manual, it has a chart to show you jetting for every temperature, every elevation change. And it's a chart basically. So you match up your temperature and your elevation if you want it precisely on. What we've done is we've set it up for 5,000 to 7,000 feet on a 60-degree day. And that seems to be a nice, a very versatile jetting for it.
Okay. Now, will I ever need to change that jet? And
If you wanted to go to California or to Baja, you'd probably want to.
all right, and that's the stock jets in?
The jets we've got in there are the main and the pilot are stock, but we've changed the needle and the needle position.
Okay, so part of my kit, you're going to put the stock stuff in it?
Yeah, the stock
Also?
stuff's there.
All right, so all I need to do is switch over to those. Of course, I would call you then when I was going to do it.
Yep.
Let's see. Other things that are. Let me think. Look at that.
Air filter is just the same as your other one. Works just the same. Just pop that off.
And it just snaps on?
Mm-hmm.
It says it's 15 seconds to change the air filter.
You probably could, yeah, just to change it.
Okay.
And then again, it just has one seat bolt here. One
Oh,
bolt
okay.
that holds the seat on, just like your other one.
Okay.
Change that.
And does this have an interlock that the bike won't start if the kickstand's down?
No, it does not.
Okay.
It's basic.
It's a competition,
Yep.
which is what we like. Talk to me about power valves. I understand there's yellow and green springs and...
Yeah. What this does, inside here you have a spring. And that spring is trying to hold the power valve closed. So if you put, this allows you to put more tension or less tension on that spring. If you want it to be snappier off the bottom, you back that out, or you could put the softer spring, the red spring in. If you
What
want
color
it,
spring's in there now?
a yellow spring.
Yellow spring.
Yeah, yellow spring. Yeah. If you want it to mellow it out so it doesn't have quite as much, I mean, if it's springtime and it's real slimy and slick out and you're just not getting traction, then you would tighten that down a bit and that'll make that power valve open slower.
When you say a bit, a quarter turn?
No, the threads in this are real fine, so probably at least a turn, if not two, to make much difference.
Does it come with the different springs?
Yes. Yep, they're in your kit.
I got a lot to learn. I vowed not to ever be a motorcycle mechanic a long time ago, but maintenance, you should just change the oil every 200 miles. Other than that, you put gas in it.
Yep.
At what point do you change out, have to do a rebuild, new rings or anything?
About 180 hours, something like that.
Okay, now is that, when I used to race two strokes, I would change the rings every other race, and then, yeah, generally just keep the compression up.
Yeah, these are a lot different story than old two strokes.
Yeah.
So they wear really well.
All right. All right. Well, so other bling. Do you need one of those little padded things right here?
Well, that's what that is. So, I mean, it's a pad to keep you from hurting yourself on the handlebar clamps.
Oh, I kind of like those big KTM ones.
I probably got some.
Just because they say KTM racing on them.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And all my bikes would be the same. Now what about sprockets? Do I need any other sprockets for...
This is very popular gearing, the gearing that's on it.
Okay.
And
it looks pretty big, actually.
It's I can't remember if it's a 50 or 52 on the rear and a 13 on the front.
Okay, that's pretty low. That's lower than the 500 then.
Yeah. And it seems to be, over the years, that's been the very popular gearing for the 300s. It's either a 50 or 52 on the back and a 13 on the front.
All right. Okay, so let's go look at other stuff. But where were we? Okay. My neighbor just died. Had a heart attack walking on a trail. And then I think, why am I buying a bike? Life is so short. And I'm going,
That's exactly
I should be buying a bike. Life is so short. See, last time you tossed that in, but I haven't quite got to you on the free stuff yet. What do you think?
We'll
pretty
see once
expensive.
for half price.
Okay.
Is that good?
Yeah. Do I need it?
I like the lift ones. Yeah.
We
Oh.
like these the best.
Oh yeah, because you can stick it under there and just press it, and you don't have to
Yeah.
lift the bike.
And then what makes these nice is that it's got a shock, so it doesn't just flop right down when you let off the lift.
Well, what I was thinking, I think that's better from a shop standpoint. That it come in orange?
No. Any color you want as long as it's black.
Okay,
Model
Mr.
T.
Ford.
Model T.
The advantage of this is I can put it in the back of my truck, and when I can walk the,
Oh, yeah.
put it on there right before the bed, walk the bike up with the engine running, step up and go up.
these though, because you step on it wrong, it can.
And my fear is someone would steal the sucker.
Yeah, if you're gonna do anything like that, get something like this. That'd be your best bet for walking it up. I don't trust stands for doing that.
That stand is one of the better ones for that, but actually that one on the very bottom of that pile with the square legs, it might be more stable to step up on.
Well, since it doesn't say KTM on it,
Yeah.
I mean, I got one that says
Yeah.
It's got an
Yamaha
orange.
or Alpine Stars or something.
I've always used stands to push them up, but like Jason said, be careful because you can, if you point it the wrong way and you put too much pressure.
Well, this one I would say if you're gonna go up, you want to put it sideways so it
Correct.
doesn't
Yeah,
roll back
exactly.
on you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what usually happens.
The nice thing about this one too is with the bike on there, you can run some tie downs from your foot pegs to here. So if you have to take your wheels off or your suspension off or you're doing any maintenance, it's nice and stable and stays on there. So I do like it for that aspect.
Okay, but that would be relegated to shop, but I can see where the 690, well, I don't know how much we're up to. I only have a certain amount of money to spend. So, one thing is you had the skid plate,
Yeah.
carbon fiber, where's that?
Right here.
So let's look at the bling. All right, and is this the E-line or the,
Yep.
It's marketed by Moose, but it's a skid plate.
okay. And then, rack, oh, and this guy, this is the really super hot setup. That's the better one.
Yep.
With bright orange, oh, I dig it. Oh! Okay. I like it.
The bleeders and the bar pad, and then your stock silencer.
Okay. And these guys, really, that cost that much?
Yep.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Now is this, what's the weight difference between this one and the one you just put on?
Almost exactly the same weight. The other one's
Okay.
bigger, and to make up for it being bigger, it's got this part is titanium, so it makes it
Oh.
about the same weight.
Did you get a copy of his driver's license?
No, I do need to do that.
Let's see. What else do I need? Oh, a gas can or oil?
Yeah, you need some
Pre-mix.
premix and then some transmission. Wasn't throwing anything. Just trying to get it over there.
A lot of guys like getting a clear one, so you can tell you have mixed gas in it, and you don't put the wrong stuff in the wrong bike.
Well, I do have two clear ones.
Okay.
So I think,
Been selling a lot of these ones lately. They're a 4-gallon, but the way they're designed, it's easy to pour and stuff.
well, again, let's see, 39.
The KTM ones are a little bit more. They come with a hose. Any of these other ones, you have to get the hose separate.
Okay, what
It
about these
comes
quick
out pretty
fill
close.
ones?
They're not as big. A lot of guys use those. They were getting them for like hair scrambles when you have to stop and pit,
Yeah?
so it goes faster.
How much are those?
38. And then you gotta get this little adapter for the KTMs, because the tank's not deep enough, and that's $7.
Oh, I guess I don't need that. I guess the question is, do I want a KTM? Now the problem again, if I put anything in the back, then they could disappear. And my dog bowl, Deacon's dog bowl at the Crested Butte. Were you there? Were you?
Scott was there.
Okay. Some asshole. I had the dog bowl sitting right underneath the tailgate because we were doing stuff, and they stole it. It was the plastic ones they don't make anymore. But I did find 3 more of them on eBay I got 3 of them for $20. So felt really bad. So I guess the question is, do I want a KTM for my premix?
They
Because
have clear ones too.
Oh,
With an orange can.
well, I think that's kind of sexy then. Same price?
45.
Is the other one cheaper?
That one's 40.
Oh. So why is it more expensive?
So we put this stuff
Costs
in
more to
there.
do it clear. I don't know.
This is what we put in all the time, just to kind of.
These are new. These ones they've had for a few years now. So
It won't really.
these could have been here for a while, and the next time we get those, they'll be 45 too. It's hard to say.
Those are negative aspects of that. Every tank of gas, we put a little bit in there, so it keeps the gas pressure longer.
Those come with the spout.
The what?
The KTM ones come with the spout, the other one you don't
Yeah.
have a
This
spout.
stuff actually keeps the air from separating out of the
Oh dear.
which can cause problems.
Ooh, made in the USA. The only KTM thing that is.
As far
So it's got the orange and that's it. This is the decal.
You know, those Red Bull shirts they put away today, they're made in China.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike, on your oil.
All right, stock oil.
This is what I use. I like it because it's bright red, but it's an old school oil. It's not as clean as the new ones. The disadvantage with the new ones is they don't have much dye in them, so it's harder to tell that it's mixed or not.
Okay.
If you're
What's kind of smokeless?
that one's going to smokeless. So just make sure that you have one can and you always put your mix oil in it.
And what's the ratio with these? So they don't use a Motorex?
You can. Yeah, that's
So
good.
that's your float needle is what that is.
Be this one right here.
I may want to get one of these.
Sometimes what you can do is sometimes
Yeah,
just
I've got one.
you can take a
somewhere.
wrench or a
I might want to get a brand new
So
one.
you tell them I'm doing the oil. To
Well,
measure it out, too?
can you get a little jug of
If that doesn't work, it's probably not.
Or
a
like this
cleaning
quick mix
issue.
thing?
It might actually be depending on
what's
your,
that?
like, how long you've had it on.
Something that when you're in, what would you take when you're in the field and you're going to pull up to a gas station, right?
Some guys, I think they actually use,
Start off
like backpackers use, these
thing
little.
a couple times and see if that gets you. I don't know where you need to be. Sometimes that'll fix.
That's not the one you would use?
Well, I haven't used that one, but in the old days, they
That
just
usually doesn't
back,
cause those.
they'd get a little
Yeah,
backpack,
those
plastic
are
bottle,
big enough
but this
opening.
is designed just for that.
That doesn't usually cause any problems. We have seen
Well, how much,
brand new bikes before.
okay, I don't know what the ratio is. I don't know how many cc's per gallon I would need.
It's basically you want to run about a 50-to-1 ratio.
More rare.
And this, I think, you turn it and get this full, and that's the proper amount for a gallon.
It kinda is on
Isn't that right, Jason?
yeah, I think you're
On
probably
this?
looking.
Tip it
Worst
so
case
this
scenario,
fills up.
What year's the bike?
So the little part fills up, and that's the correct amount for a gallon, I think.
I've never used one, but that makes sense.
I think that's what it
So
is.
if you haven't done a float needle on it, you're probably good. My guess is when you pull that apart, if you can't get
It's got some major,
when you pull that thing
no
apart,
instructions.
really inspect it
Interesting.
regularly. Sometimes they're just a metal, like brassing, like that one probably has a rubber tip on it. You'll see a little.
What these numbers are.
And so you'll want to replace
But I think that's the deal there.
Okay, well, let's see, let me look at that. How much is this puppy?
Not that much.
It's not that much, but I can see this would be very handy for carrying. So if you get 1 gallon in there, it looks like you might have enough to do 4 gallons, or enough.
Yeah, I think that's probably about right.
I guess I'll just have to experiment with it. Okay.
Lenny, do you know how these work? Don't you just pour enough oil in there for 1
Yeah,
gallon?
that stuff works really well.
I
That
just
particular
marked my
one,
own, I was sitting there looking at it, so I
brought in a
just
sample
poured a gallon's worth
Where
in
you
and took
use
a
all
magic
different
marker and wrote 1
manufacturers that
gallon,
are
and I put 2
available,
gallons.
and he
Okay.
Put that
So,
into water.
There are some marks on there, but I could hardly ever
All
read
of
them, so,
So he put a bolt in it, and then he put
you know,
water,
they've got some
and then he
marks
put
here,
some
so I
acid in it.
just,
But is this 50, would this ratio be 50 to 1? That's the main question when they designed this.
Little bolt.
50
That's
to
the only
1
one that stays in suspension and didn't rust.
is,
It does work pretty good.
I'll try it. Sometimes my fuel, especially in the wintertime, it sits there for a long time.
you
Yep.
just
So it's-
squeeze the bottle
with
and
the
it
ethanol
fills
fuel,
this up,
especially in the
so.
wintertime, it's bad.
Yeah, because it looks like you just
But I couldn't read
put it
it.
this way,
Have you got anything?
pour it down until it fills up.
What's your last name?
Yeah, you can squeeze it too.
All right.
Mine you can squeeze
Okay,
a little bit.
and then
You got a grand total of 1171.
so what are the? I mean, there's so many other.
Yeah, if you want to use the bottle to measure with, 1 pint to 6 gallons is going to be 50 to 1.
350s are a 4-stroke.
If you want to measure it out, then this is going to give you probably 12 gallons worth.
Actually, I have a
Something
couple
like
of stock right now.
Okay. So the this guy. I mean, it's got a 2-stroke. I should be putting bean oil in it. You know, get that really great smell we used to have. Castor oil, castor. So is this? So this is also.
Yeah. How are they? They're really.
Yeah, that's
like,
a
Oh, when say 2T,
yeah,
that's their.
2-stroke.
Oh, okay.
4T is
I
4-stroke.
like 2-strokes a little bit better. I like the more responsive feel.
All right, so that's 23. It says low smoke. Is there any color to it? Is there?
You know, it does have some.
Oh yeah, it's pretty dark.
It doesn't have that low end fog. It takes a little to have
Okay. All right. All right. What do you got a couple, maybe tie wrap, and I could just
The ties?
keep from blow. Yeah.
Be careful, that's really icy.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you so much, Roger.
Thank you.
Now, you just got to coordinate your ride so it's not the same time as the KTM rally.
Oh, they won't be. They have to coordinate the KTM rally with me.
I see. Oh, are you running it this year?
No.
I haven't heard yet. It was rumored to be South Dakota.
Well, there was going to be South Dakota last year, and then I also heard the rumor that they were so happy with the way it went in Crested Butte, they might have it there again.
Oh. Well, they had nice trails there. Here, let me pull it down for you a while. Okay. I think that's an excellent idea. That'll keep from blowing off.
Huh.
Okay, buddy.
All right.
There we go. Right down the middle. That's good.
I just thought pull it over for
Yeah, there you go. You gonna get up there? Okay.
You better with your big old long arms.
Did pretty good not getting it dirty, huh? Well, it needs a silent spark arrestor to be legal in the.
Did you pick one up?
Yeah, it's on there.
You got this? Or do you have one of them put it on?
I had them put it on.
Nice. Nice. And it's all street legal?
Yep.
That's beautimous. That's beautimous.
Okay, let's see if I can. Is this thing going? It is. Let me just put this right here. Hopefully it won't fall down.
God, look at that. That is one pretty bike. Oh, it's even got the quick axle releases. I'm actually gonna pop it a little
stay
bit,
up there and just until I got the. I can reach.
and I'm gonna actually flip around so it's easier for you to grab as we get down.
Hold on. Okay, I got the brake.
You got it?
Yep.
All right.
Oh, it's got a squeaky. Let's take it back.
I got serious bike envy on this one.
Everything's frozen.
Oh my gosh, that's so light. Oh my gosh. Did they change this?
Hold on. Okay, guys. You got another buddy coming in today.
Goodness gracious. And you finally got your orange frame.
Yep, I finally got my 6th day. That's the main thing.
Look at how skinny that is. Look at how skinny right here. How much control you're gonna have.
Am I too late?
Not really.
Still think it looks confused. Like I can't decide if it's going to be black and orange or red, white, and blue.
I told your husband he's in big trouble because he told me not to pick up this bike. And then he goes out and he buys it.
All right, so I made him a deal. I said if he wants to go trade his in on a 300, I'd pay the difference.
Okay.
Because I don't want to lose you as a friend.
No, I'm just jealous. We have the WP forks and everything.
Oh yeah, it's
The multi-cartridge.
It's got a radiator guard.
Yeah,
got
remember
the-
when you were giving me a hard time about my radiator guards? And then you bent the radiator.
Yeah, it's on the 690. But also, I've
So
got
is
the
this
kind
on?
of guards. It is. It's working.
But there's no picture.
It normally turns off, but if the red light is flashing,
Oh, okay.
see the red.
I see. I do.
Oh, okay.
So you got new guards?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so get to moving it.
Okay.
Oh, that's a pretty bike.
Well, the light just came on.
Keep moving.
1 mile, it says. No, 0.1 mile. Here. So here's the odometer. Right there. See, it says 0.1 mile.
Okay.
Okay, fellow KTM.
I'm gonna have to throw a leg over that when it's better.
We'll do it now?
No, yeah, I don't want to do it in the snow. But I want to see how the risers, without, you haven't added the extra height to them, right? It's just standard height plus the undermount right now? Or
Right.
did you add extra height?
No, it just got the BRP mount for the Scots.
Right.
The same as on that guy over there. But it doesn't have the extra 30 millimeters. And they said,
Yeah, before
for
you
this
were-
kind of riding, I shouldn't want that.
Yeah, before you rise it, I'd like to Feel what that feels like.
But it's a 6-day, street legal. And I'm freezing.
Okay, then go in the house. This is
All right.
bad enough.
Okay.